Good afternoon everyone, it's John from Lennon James here with some big news, or big news for us anyway. So I'm delighted to say that one of the things that we wanted to focus on this year in the birth of Lennon James was really to make sure that in terms of the product that we were producing for our clients was absolutely top drawer. And one of the people, if not the most important person who's made that possible, is Jack Wilson, who's been working with us. And I'm delighted to say that Jack has now joined the team as our head of brand and marketing. And I'd like to introduce him to you all because Jack's going to be taking a real focal role for us moving forward in regards to how we market our homes, but also wanting to work a lot closer with local businesses to really talk about the local area. So I'd like to bring Jack in and he can talk about what his plans are and what he'd like to do with us moving forward.
Woo! Cheers for the round of applause, man.
Welcome to the team.
Yeah, I mean, that was probably the most pathetic introduction I've ever had. Just one lonely clap. Just sort of, here he is!
We didn't talk about clapping.
Oh, it's all right, I'll add an applause track in the edit, so it's fine.
Well, you're the man to do it. So I think it'd be really good to chat to you about kind of the work that you've been doing with us already, and also the kind of plans moving forward that you're going to bring to the team.
Yeah, so I mean, my sort of journey towards doing estate agency and sort of property videos and things like this started way before probably I even met you. I had the idea that from a marketing point of view, I didn't think everything was being done in the property world to show off these houses to the best that they could be. And I remember I had the idea of I went to a local estate agent who's, won't name names, and kind of said, I'm a local videographer and I run a content creation company, and I think that if we start doing really good pictures, really good video for every single one of your houses, it will be really good for you. And I was sort of told the industry didn't really need that. There was other resources that they would use, and thanks, but no thanks. And I kind of took him at his word and kind of thought, well, he knows his world better than I do, and I shelved the idea. And fast forward 12 months or so, and I meet you, and I listen to the ideas that you're having about how you want to attack the marketing side of it and the content creation side, and I kind of go, oh, this guy's got pretty much the same idea as what I had. And so there was an instant sort of parallel to our outlook, to our thinking, and that's just grown and grown and grown in the year that we've been working together. I think that we've just really scratched the surface at the moment in terms of using video and photo and content creation as a tool to really open up how you market these properties. And I think that there's so much more that we can do, and we've both had ideas that are very similar and we have the same sort of direction, and so we kind of thought, well, 2020, that's the point where we need to start going even further and to other heights.
And one question, so I get asked all the time, but actually you're the expert. Why is video so important to help market homes? Why is it such an integral tool for people to use, and why actually if you're selling your house, video should play such a key role in how you market your home?
Well, see, for me, I don't think it's necessarily specifically anything to do with video. It's about putting somebody in that environment and showing that person the environment as much as you can without them physically being there. And at the moment, that tool is video, and that's getting really popular. It's a very quick way to get your message across to people on social medias and websites, to be able to hit play and be given a video guided tour of everything. So I think that at the moment, video is the most useful tool for someone who's interested in a property or wants to know more about it, to actually be there, to walk through the doorways, be inside the rooms, see the gardens, and things like this. So I think that's a really important tool for it, more so than photos, because you can actually see the movement of everything and kind of be a lot more immersed in there. And I think that as technology grows, I think as things become more and more clever in how we produce content and things like this, we'll explore those. I mean, I've spoken to you about technologies that are used in extreme sports and stuff like that at the moment that I want to sort of play around with and test in this environment and see if we can do things. And it all is in service of that one idea. How do we take someone who's scrolling through Facebook, scrolling through Instagram, and put them in that living room and put them in that kitchen, and the feeling and the comfort of whatever, or whatever the feeling is that that property provides, just channeling it through so it can be right there in someone's hands. So I think that's the most important thing. And at the moment, video is the most useful tool to do that.
Yeah. And so moving on to our plans for 2020 in terms of the things that you're going to be responsible for us here. Do you want to talk us through in terms of some of the stuff that we're thinking of doing and kind of share that with everyone who's listening?
Yeah, absolutely. So, I mean, it's something that, like, again, it's something that we both decided almost simultaneously in the same conversation that it was an important factor. I mean, I was raised in Brampton. That's my little corner of the county. And the thing I loved about Brampton was the fact that it was such a close community. I remember walking up the high street with my mum when I was a kid, and we'd go to the local butchers and he'd roll up a bit of ham and give it to me as a kid, and all those little things that are just drenched in nostalgia. And it's all centralized around this idea of community and warmth. And so, yes, you know, selling a property, that's one thing, but there's so much more to it than that, and it's not just about selling a property. We want to be really informative about the community and the area that property is within. And so we want to use my outlook on content creation and marketing, and combine it with your knowledge of local areas and stuff like that, and in that collaboration start making content for local businesses, for the schools and things like this. So when somebody comes to you and they are from Ramsey and they've never considered Buckton or Brampton or that side of Huntingdon before, you can say, oh, okay, well, you know, check out this list of content that we have for what this local school is like, for what the local businesses are like and the hairdressers are like and things like that. And so that's the first phase, I think, is we want to start putting together a catalogue of content for the local businesses, the local communities, the things that support a community that these houses are in. And so people can just go have one-stop shop of go to Lennon James and then they can see all this stuff. There's other stuff that we're going to do beyond that we've already spoken about that kind of tie into it, but it's a lot more expansive on that idea. But that'll be stuff to come. Yeah,
I think the most important thing as well to add to that is kind of the amount of out of area buyers we've had who have bought our homes this year. Is that you're not just buying a home, you're buying a location, and actually trying to find information out about those bits that you talk about. It's really, really challenging. And actually sometimes you're buying a house, but you're also buying where you want to live. So I'm really excited about the work that you're going to do, because I think for people moving into the area and picking where you want to live, I think it's going to be a great thing. And actually, if we can help other businesses as well along the way in terms of signposting the great work they do, I think all the better for everyone.
I mean, that's the thing that really excited me about it, is that it's the collaboration. You know, it's kind of saying video as a tool for advertising in general is becoming really popular. You're Bobby's Caff down the high street and your budget's not huge. Well, let's make a video for you. Won't charge you anything because you're getting something out of it and we're getting something out of it. And I love that collaboration. I love working, and you know, I'm just looking forward to starting to build all these relationships. And we've already approached a few businesses in Brampton and Gormanchester and places like this, and they're really keen on the idea. So yeah, it's going to be great building those relationships and working with people.
And what sort of businesses, if anyone's watching, in terms of what sort of businesses are we talking about?
Well, I think eventually it will open up to many. But I mean, I know you had a list. I'm really interested in the schools. I really want to do the schools. I really want to do utilities like hairdressing and things like that. You had a couple as well.
Yeah, I think it's a bit of everything, isn't it? In terms of bars, restaurants, where you'd like to eat, kind of leisure and all those bits and pieces. So I think it's a bit of everything. If we can try and sell the entire area and kind of make someone feel at home before they live here, then that all the better.
Yeah, definitely. And yeah, that's essentially what it is. And also, if anybody watches this who, you know, does run their own business or has got a business in any of the local areas and thinks that'll be a really good collaboration, then feel free to get in touch, because moving forward, those are the relationships we want to start building, putting together and creating content that we can all share and all get something out of.
Yeah.
So that's the main sort of thing that I'm going to be concentrating on in 2020.
Beautiful. Well, Jack's on board. Really excited to hear. It's such a great coup for us for Lennon James. Really excited about what's to come. Thanks for watching, and there'll be a lot more from Jack to come. He's now got license to our Facebook and our Instagram and all those bits and pieces. So looking forward to seeing what he comes up with. Thanks, guys.
Cheers. Nice. That was really weird being that side of the camera. Do I look at it? Do I look at the camera? I don't know what to do.